everyone. I'm Kate,
I'm Eric.
and this is the first episode of Fieldstone Acres. So, welcome to our property.
It's going to be a series about taking an old barn down, putting it back up as a house. Something that we have never done before. We've done lots of reclaiming of lumber from years past. So we have a piece of property that we're on that belonged to my wife's family for
Been in my family for several generations, and we asked if we could purchase some of the acres to put up a future house. Luckily, we were told yes. So it's been a years-long process, but we're getting there slowly but surely.
this is something that we started on probably 3 years ago when the
Mhm.
initial land clearing began. We're trying to do everything ourselves as much as possible. This is one of our grandsons.
Say hi, Tucker. Say hi.
So far on the property, we've cut the driveway in from the road, coming up and around to where we're standing. We've used the material out of the hill in the background there. We flattened everything out. Property started off as one big hillside that you couldn't get to by vehicle. We've had lots and lots of loads of clay fill hauled in, make for our front yard, which is going to be out in front of us facing the road. Where these piles are, this is going to be foundation that we're going to be actually standing on. There's going to be a walkout basement. Then the other corner of the property is going to be a barn. That barn we are going to get from Kate's mom's side of the family, which is a barn that is 5 miles up the road or so. We're going to be taking that down this fall. And then to the left of the barn is going to be Kate's granary slash greenhouse.
My garden she shed.
Behind our videographer is where the barn slash house is going to be. We both have full-time jobs, so it's not like we've been working on this full-time.
Yeah, I was gonna say we both work, 50 to 60 hours a week. So he's here a lot on the weekends, doing the excavating, and has done a lot. We'll find some before pictures and put those on there too, so you can see what it looked like before and how much material has been moved over the last 3 years, how much has been cleared. Where the material is sitting right now in that big pile of brush and trees, that actually used to be about a 30-foot drop into like a small gully or ravine that always filled with water. So that's all been filled in. So there's several dozens and dozens, probably hundreds of loads that went in there to fill that in, to make it level. And then, as he mentioned, that's where the barn is going to go. So it's a 40 by 80 barn that'll sit over in that area. We're planning to loft part of that and live in that while we construct the rest of the property the way we envision our dream to be. So it'll be a process.
A couple of things that we cannot do is run the electrical in because the local utility does not allow us to do that because of liability, so they won't let us dig a trench. Mountain system has to be done by a licensed plumber, so that's something we cannot do by ourselves. And the well system, I've just never done that or even been around one to do one, so that would be hired out as well. But framework and all the construction work and the erecting of the buildings we're going to put back up ourselves. We have a lot of friends that are in the construction industry and HVAC and plumbing and electrical that are going to help us along the way. I myself am not a Bob Vila, more like a red green show than anything. So.
And I'm willing to learn, but I don't know a whole lot about building at all. I can cookie just about anything, but not very experienced with building. So willing to learn for sure.
So far as the plans, we have the plans for the house, we have the plans for the barn, but the plans for the barn have to be engineered because we can't just take a barn and put a house in it. because according to local code, it has to be looked at by an engineer and has to be stamped and approved in order for us to get a certificate of that.
Certificate of occupancy.
Yep.
Yep.
And in order to put insurance on it, we have to have certificate of occupancy. So that is where we are at as far as the planning stage.
Yep. Working with the structural engineer to make sure that cross walls are what they need to be and everything is laid out properly and engineered properly to hold the weight that the loft would require to be able to live in it.
As far as videos and that, so far we have one barn down that is stockpiled in the corner, covered up with tarps.
Mm-hmm.
The purpose of the other barn in the other corner is going to be restoring that material and putting a kiln by it, dry out all the material that we're going to need for inside the barn. So we have videos of the barn coming down, time lapses, and we have videos of all the material, not all of it, but a lot of the material that was hauled in here behind us, making our front yard. We have lots of stockpiles of rocks for our retaining walls for in the future. And we have trees at home ready to be planted in the front yard here as soon as we get it up to the height that we would like.
And when we did a lot of the original excavating, there's a lot of fieldstone on the property, which is where we came up with the name Fieldstone Acres. About just under 7 acres total for the whole property. So it seemed to be a fitting name.
We're not off grid living here. We are
No.
fairly close to town, only 5-10 minutes away. We are going to try and incorporate some cost saving measures as far as heating and things like that, and maybe look into solar for electricity. But as far as the heating, we're going to use wood with propane backup. Um, so yeah, we're not off grid, just very budget conscious and trying to do the most of it ourselves and utilize the material that we have for firewood and heating and things like that.
I do love to cook and I love to garden. So part of the layout of the property is going to be to incorporate a huge garden, which is the reason for the granary and the garden shed. And Eric likes to do a lot of woodworking. So besides the kiln dryer in the or the kiln for drying the wood in that back building, that'll also be for your woodworking area.
Yeah,
So
definitely not a pro. More like a
it's all right.
handyman special all the time.
But that's about it. So it was just a quick overview. This is the first video, like we said, so more to come. But thanks for watching, and hopefully you enjoy following this project. Like I said, it'll be a process, but
A few years long.
it'll be cool when it's done.